Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Mahesh Karia. You're watching me on YouTube now, and in this session I'm gonna take you through how to create a RESTful API using Deno with the same libraries that we were using in Node.js. So using Express and Mongoose API, we are gonna create REST API in Deno. So I have already created last video based on that. You can run the npm libraries using Deno, but in this video we are going to test actually is this possible or not, and what are the changes or what are the other libraries that is needed in order to proceed. So let's see how it goes. So without wasting any time, let's deep dive into it. So I'm going to simply search for deno.land, and you will be greeted with this beautiful page. I'm not sure why it's not loading though. Let me open another tab. Okay, no, okay. So deno.land is where you will see all the installation process that will follow, and after that, wow, okay, thank you. So here you can see npm compatibility is live now. So with using that, we are gonna integrate the npm libraries inside Deno. And if you are not aware about Deno is a replacer of Node.js. So in future, most of the projects that you will see in Deno instead of Node.js. So it's the end of Node.js, of course. It's going to end not anytime soon, but after a few years, there will be a most of projects will be based on Deno because no node models folder is needed, no package.json. Directly you can run TypeScript, directly you can run your modular JavaScript code with using import statement using Deno. So that's the beauty of Deno. Apart from that, it is faster, of course, with a bunch of security fixes, where in Deno, in Node.js, it was not there. Like it will ask for the multiple permissions. Let's see how it goes. Then I already have this empty VS code available. Okay, so I'm gonna open my terminal using command J or control plus backtick if you are on Windows. So here you just need to check your Deno version with the same Deno capital V. So make sure to use a 1.28 or major version. Okay, so otherwise you can use Deno upgrade as well if you have an older version already in order to upgrade. So that's the trick. And if you don't have it already, so you can directly click here on docs, or you can create on the installation process, okay, in order to see these steps and install according to this. Okay, so this is the first thing that you need to do, and that's it. After that, to run any program, you just have to have any TypeScript or JavaScript code. Simply write your valid JavaScript, which will be valid TypeScript, and here you can write hello world. Okay, that's it. And to run this, you will say deno run main.ts. That's it. Simple, nothing is required. After that, I'm gonna start with my regular stuff, which will be I'll say import express from here is the trick. So first we would, so instead of this thing express, you will write now npm : express. That's it. Nothing else is required, and rest of the code will remain the same. Const app equal to express app.get hello world. That's it. App.listen. Hopefully, yeah. Okay, thank you Copilot. Okay, so here we go. This is the simplest code that we have seen to run the express application. And to run this thing, I'm gonna use deno run, of course, main.ts with using -a to allow all the permissions that is needed for main.ts, like read permission, internet permission, and lots of other. If you don't do this, it will ask for the bunch of permissions. Let's do that. So to allow read, you need to use yes. To allow environment variables, yes. To allow bypass, again environment, okay. To allow environment, okay. And now to serve, you need to provide the server permission. So like the way now you can open your localhost colon 3000, of course, and Here we go. Now if you want to use .env inside Deno, you just need to search for that, and you need to grab this dependency now instead of .env you are using in Node.js. So it would be great if you use this thing. You don't need to use npm install or something like that. The command is not needed. This is it. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna create an environment file over here where I'll be using port equal to 3000, and I'm gonna use MongoDB is equal to MongoDB :/ localhost :2717 is the default port from MongoDB, and this is it. And now here you can write your database name like user. Inside user you will save the things, so like the way. And for that I just need few folders like models, controllers, then I'll be needed routes, and I'll need db config would be great. Then inside that I'll be using db.ts. okay, here I'll using import mongoose from npm mongoose. okay, mongoose like the way. And here you will say db equal to mongoose.connection, so you have to have mongoose.connect. okay, now we don't need to pass this thing now onwards. I am assuming we don't need this thing, so for now I'm gonna remove this thing. okay, and here I'll say instead of this I'll directly use this code to import the config first, and with using that config I'll say const environment equal to config, and here we'll be using env.mongo url. okay, like the way. So looks good to me, and here you can test if everything is alright. You will test db.onError or db.once open, it will be connected to database, but we don't have the database already. So what we'll do is we'll create a docker compose file. By the way, if you guys are not familiar with docker compose, this is where you have to have docker available in order to create the smaller microservices, okay, to containerize your entire code. So for that we use docker compose, and with using docker you can install anything like any database to process data, all the things. For that you have to have docker available, so it's a good thing. okay, so please use it and get familiar with it if you are a beginner. okay, so YML, and inside that I'm gonna use version will be 3.8, and inside that I'll be using services would be my db first, and db image that I need to provide, like image would be mongo, and so it will install MongoDB inside your system, and you need to provide restart always. So if something goes wrong, it will restart always the container. It is very important. okay, and volumes to persist the data, because every time when you will restart the computer or restart your container, it will lost the previous data will be lost. okay, so for that you need to persist data. It will save inside your local system. Inside this it will create the data directory inside here. okay, so it's also very important. And ports you can define like the ports already. okay, so it's 27017 colon 27017, like the way. So looks good to me. Now what I can do, I can quickly use docker compose using sudo command, and make sure your docker is alive with this very little icon. You don't have it, you just need to install it. Open your new tab, search for docker.com and hit enter, and click here on this. Is available for all the systems, so don't worry. okay, so for M1 as well, M1 and M2. okay, so sudo docker compose up -d. D means in detached mode, so we don't need to see what's going on there. If you don't want it, you can use directly docker compose up, so you can see all the running logs over there. So in detach mode, if you are testing this for the very first time, don't use -d. So after that, of course, I'll need to insert the password. And by the way, if you guys are using Windows, you don't need to use sudo command, by the way. And once you have it, you can open this docker. Okay, you can see here, or you can search for docker extension here. It's really very good, and with that docker extension, you can see all the running things over here. So it's running already with this green symbol. You can see this is running, so it's great. And now inside db, now it will run if I insert this inside here. So I'll say import, and I'll provide the path of this config/db.ts. okay, and here I'll say Deno run -a for all the permissions, -- watch, okay, to reload every time main.ts, like the way. So it's the watcher process is started already, and here now I need to use await somewhere, hopefully. If not, let me go there quickly. So here I hope await might be required here. Okay, so mongoose.connect, this thing is not picking up this Mongo URL. Instead of that, I have used MongoDB, so because of that it was not working. Okay, and there is no need to use that await actually. So hopefully this time it will get connected. Server started on port 3000. Thank you. So now we need to separate out the things like back in old days we used to do. For that we need to create user.ts. okay, inside that I'll use the same code, import import express from npm :express, and here I'll say const router equals to express router, or you can directly import the router as well. So inside that this will be the basic thing. Now I'll import this router over there. So don't worry, we'll take care about the types later. So I'm going with the basic things first. So here instead of using this, I'll say app.use. To parse the data, we need to use JSON parser. So for that we need to use body parser, which is integrated in new versions of Express. Don't need to install a body parser using extra libraries. Okay, so this one, and after that here I need to import user from /route/user.ts. okay, so like the way. So here I'll say const port equal to 3000. Of course I need to use that port as well over here. So what I'll do here is I'll grab this, okay, and I'll grab this here as well. Okay, and this environment variable, you can directly use this thing as well, shorthand. Okay, so I have a port already. Now I don't need this thing. Instead of that, I'll be using port directly, and Control C, run this thing again, and this is running on 3000. Great. And here I'll be using app.use. okay, and inside that I'll say user. So it looks good to me. Or you can use the common index file to import all the things at once. So it would be great. It's all your choice how you use it. Then the controllers, very important thing. So let's separate out the code into the controllers. So here inside a controller, let's create app.post, then I'll be creating app.put, then I'll be creating app.delete to delete the user. Okay, so make sure to use id to pass id inside put and delete method. Okay, so it's good. Now instead of this, I'm gonna pass a controller. Let's suppose I haven't created yet, but instead of that we'll pass the name of controller. the name of function. Okay, excuse me. So let me remove this once again. Let me remove this, and yeah, here we go. And get method is also required to get a single id. So I'll say here id. Okay, by the way, you can utilize the classes and interfaces to utilize the TypeScript possibilities. It's all your choice how you can integrate the things. So I'll go inside controller, I'll create a user dot ts again over there. Here I'll create a get user. Okay, inside that get user I'll have a request response. Okay, and here inside that what I'll do is definitely I'll use try catch. Without that I won't proceed, and I'll say res.json to pass the error message, and here I need to import the model. That model I need to create here. Okay, import mongoose from mongoose, is it correct? Not sure. Mongoose. Okay, I'm not sure. Let me, yeah, it is correct. Now here I'll say schema name type string required true. Okay, email type string required true. Okay, password, you can encrypt the password if you want. Here this is it. Date is not needed though, so I'll say this is it. Okay, now the last statement is export deport mongoose, and like the way I'll import this here. So what I want is user from dot slash, yeah, dot slash user. Let me click here. Yeah, it's working. So from here I'll say const users is equal to, no sorry, const user equal to find by id. Okay, and here I'll pass this id over here. So make sure to use async. Okay, and here you can use colon qust request, and here response. Okay, and this response will come from import req request and from npm colon express. Okay, and so let's grab this response as well from here. So alt shift f, and here we go. So now I'll return this response res.json. okay, user. So this is it, and now same I'll be creating const users get users. Okay, looks good. Request response, try catch, find, create user, create new user, like that, and then update user with using try catch again. Okay, so delete user once again. So I hope you guys are familiar with these things. This is not a big deal. Let me show you quickly. So here get users, you will find all the users. Then inside that you will create a new user. You have a user schema, you will create a new user. Then you will return the 201 status. Once you create something, the status would be 201, else 400. Okay, while updating things you can check what you want to update. If you are getting name and email only, you will update that only, otherwise it will enter the empty things. So make sure to check, and this looks good. And hopefully yeah, 500 here. So for update, if something goes wrong, definitely I'll proceed with the 500. So if you guys are not aware about this status things, just read about the status codes. It's really very helpful to understand, to provide the proper information to front end guys. Okay, and here we go. And inside that controller I'm gonna, sorry, inside the routes I'm gonna grab this thing. Okay, so let's go there. I'll say get user. Okay, then here, no sorry, I'll say get users. to find all users. I'll say here, I'll say get user, here I'll say create user, here I'll say update user, and here we'll say delete user. And what's remaining? Nothing. Okay, so looks good to me. Inside db.ts, okay, I don't need to pass this, just for the testing I have used. Now I can proceed with the normal connection. So here we go, main.ts, everything is fine. Control C, let's restart. Let's wait for, okay, server started already, and let's go there. Hopefully I'm not missing something. If not, it should work. So I'm going to use Thunder client. If you guys are not familiar about it, this is replacer of Postman. So search for Thunder client here, Thunder, enter, and you will see the Thunder client. Oh my god, so what's the name? It's thunder, Thunder. Yeah, this one. So please use this one. This is really very helpful. So I'm gonna get user. So first I'll hit, so I have a empty data, I don't have any users, so I'll go with the post thing, and let's see if I have a body. I have nothing for now. Let's go here, let's grab this thing, let's paste this thing over here. Instead of this, I'll use password, and I'll use Mahesh at gmail.com, and here I'll say Mahesh at 123. Okay, looks good, and it should create the user. Oh my god, we got it already. And now we'll search for the user. Okay, so I'll go here, I'll search for the user for, so I got it. Wow, great. Now if I decide to update this thing, I'll say Control Z, and I'll say Mahesh 1, Mahesh, or I'll say Mahesh Junior. Okay, Mahesh Junior, and I'll say update. So it's updated. Now if I go and if I delete this thing, make sure to remove this thing every time. Okay, so yeah, it's deleted. And if I go for the same to search, null. So inside users, I have nothing. So yeah, this is it. I guess we have done all the possible things over here, and you can see the data folder you got already over here. So this is it, I guess, and I'm gonna upload this code onto the GitHub in a while, so you can grab this from the description. It would be great for you guys to look and to contribute something if you want. Okay, so I'll say Deno Express API or REST API. Okay, looks good. I'll say create repository. Done. I'll grab this thing, I'll stop this. Okay, now I don't want this folder, so I'm gonna create a .gitignore, git-ignore. By the way, if you guys are not familiar with the git things, simply search for gitignore.io, and if you don't know how to create gitignore file, just enter the things over here. I'm not sure Deno support is here already or not, so Deno is not provided, but you can see VS Code, you can search Visual Studio or Node.js or anything Java if you guys are working on, or Python. So it will automatically create the file for you like this. Okay, so this is the cool thing. By the way, for now I don't want this data folder, so I'll say data and nothing else. Okay, so that's it, and you can hide this env file if you want, but I want. So here I'll say git init. Okay, initialized, then I'll say git add all. Okay, then I'll say git commit -m. This is my REST API using Deno and Express. Okay, then I'll say git push, git remote, add origin. Okay, to make sure that you can, then I'll say git push, enter, enter, you will be suggested by the this command that I'm gonna grab, I'm gonna paste here, I'm gonna enter, and this is it. Oh, by the way, you can use Deno playground as well. If you go here on Deno playground, you can search directly. Okay, and there you can directly deploy your Deno things. Okay, I can deploy this project as well for free. So this is beauty of Deno, to test anything, to do things, create playground using playground editor, making this it depends how you use it, guys. So I'm not sure where is the direct link, where is the editor. Somewhere I have seen this. Let me see if I search Deno playground. Okay, yeah, this one. Not this one. Let me see if this is correct one or not. The title is Deno playground, but seems like URL is not the correct one, not the official one. Okay, till then let me search for this one. So if I reload this thing, oh, I forgot to use to upload the readme one. So I'm gonna create quickly the markdown file. I'm gonna upload this markdown file in a while. So hopefully yeah, so the code is available on here. Now I'm gonna quickly create a readme file, readme.md. this is hashtag, which is h1, or REST API in Deno using Express and Mongoose. Okay, now the very first command that I'll ask to do is to git clone, of course, git clone and get that URL from here. Okay, this would be your first step. Once you do that, you will say cd into that, definitely. Then I'll say sudo docker compose up, then -d. Okay, then I'll say install Deno, of course. To install Deno, I'll say deno.land. where is deno.land? Installation manual over here. So install Deno. Let's remove this, let's separate this out to provide the proper instructions. Okay, so here I'll say installation. Okay, so to installation I'll say go with this link. Okay, Deno installation would be better. Now I'll say docker installation. Okay, and here I just need to provide this link. Okay, and after that Mongo installation, I'll say nothing. For Mongo I don't need anything. So this is it. So clone project. Okay, and here after that what you will do, you will use compose up, compose docker, and inside that you will say sudo docker compose up. Okay, here we go. So after that you can run the project, of course, and to run the project you can use this command, or you can directly use -a instead of this -a, and here you will use main.ts. So looks good to me. Let me see the output here. Okay, so yeah, this is it. This is how we do the things in the project, do the things. So now I'll say again git add space dot git commit -m added readme. Okay, git push, and let me refresh this page, and here we go. Now I'm gonna grab this URL, I'm gonna paste this inside description. So this is it, I guess, for the today's tutorial. So thank you so much all of you guys for being with me, supporting me all the time. It's been pleasure to be here. Please let me know inside comment box what you want from my side. Definitely I'll make it for you, and don't forget to subscribe my channel if you haven't already, and smash that like button if you enjoyed. And you can use this thanks button as well inside the where you see the like button, there is a thanks button. So you can contribute, even $1 is enough to grow our channel. So thank you so much for your time, guys. Have a good day, and bye bye.